Hello students, a very important chapter we are discussing, the lifelines of the Indian economy, because we have read in the previous chapters that economy is very important. Development is very important for overall development of the countries. Yesterday we focused upon the importance of roads, we focused upon the different means of transportation available. We stressed upon the different uses, the different benefits of road that the roadways have preceded railways in India. Today we are going to discuss the different types of roads, and first of all we will discuss about the Golden Quadrilateral, a major project of the government to facilitate the smooth and efficient movement of goods and services and people on the extreme parts of the countries in the national highways. Golden Quadrilateral. It is named as Golden Quadrilateral because it covers Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and again Delhi, making a quadrilateral. See NCERT pages 83, 84, 85. You will see in the map that it is forming a quadrilateral, and it is rightly called the Golden Quadrilateral because our national highways were very congested. There were about 40% passengers travelled in the national highways, and the national highways were only 2%. So the government started this project, and it was completed by NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, and the project was very large because connecting the 4 metropolitan cities of India. I told you in the sequence: Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai and again Delhi, and also covering the 4 corridors of India. The 4 corridors are Srinagar to Kanyakumari and Silchar to Porbandar. Correct? So these were the 4 corridors. These roads, rightly known as Golden Quadrilateral, they have 4 to 6 lanes, they have 6 lanes, and it has made our national highways very smooth and very efficient. I told you earlier there were transshipment, there were jams, there were accidents, there was overcrowding of the national highways, and when Golden Quadrilateral is constructed, when it was operated, it really made our national highways very efficient, very quick, very good, and now there are no jams, no transshipments, no delays. And I told you that these are the lifelines of our economy as well as development in general. So the project covers the 4 metropolitan cities of India as well as the 4 corridors running into north, south, east and west. Like this Golden Quadrilateral have proved very beneficial, looked after rightly by NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, central government. Correct? So this was the first part of it. We are studying the different types of roads in India. So the first we have done Golden Quadrilateral. See in the map, locate in the map. In the board examination, either you get it in identification or you get it in location. Then we come to the second type of road in India, that is national highways. And national highways are rightly called the primary roads because they connect the extreme parts of the country. National highways, they connect the extreme parts of the country, far off parts, and they are the primary road system. They are maintained and constructed by a central government organization, that is CPWD, Central Public Works Department. Your 1 mark question. A number of national highways run to north, south and east-west directions. When you must have, during the traveling, when you travel to distant parts of the country, you must have seen the different highways, the number of the national highways: NH12, NH1, NH1. NH1 is Sher Shah Suri Marg, connecting Delhi and Amritsar. This is national highway number 1, and similar highways run in all the directions in India and they are maintained by the central government, CPWD, Central Public Works Department. Correct? So this is the second. First category, golden quadrilateral. Second is national highways, and the third one is state highways. The state highways are all those roads which connect state capital with the district headquarters. The state capitals, like Uttar Pradesh, the state capital is Lucknow, it will connect all the district headquarters. All these roads will be known as state highways. Correct? And these roads are maintained and constructed and looked after by State Public Works Department. 1 mark question, PWD, State Public Works Department, SPWD or PWD. So this is the third type of roads that we have with us. Then fourthly, this is district roads. District roads are widely used. The district roads, they connect the district headquarter with the rest of the places of the district. The district headquarter, it is connected with the rest of the parts of the district. These roads are also very important because they are widely used by us, and they are maintained and constructed by the Zilla Parishad. Then after the district roads, there is one more category, that is other roads. And the other roads include rural roads or village roads. India is a land of villages. Villages produce so many things for us. Most of the villages, rural areas, they have agricultural operations, dairy products and dairy farming, etc. So villages have to be connected with the towns. So this comes in the other roads, rural roads you can call them. Under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, an impetus was given to the village roads, because I told you India is a land of villages, and villages will develop only when they are connected with the towns. Only when the people living in the rural areas, they are connected with the towns, and the town people are connected with the rural areas. After this Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, a number of rural roads have been constructed in India. It has really proved very beneficial not only for our economy but also for the social and cultural interaction of the people. Some of the villages, because of the metalled roads, we are surprised to see whether they are rural areas or urban areas. They have really developed a lot. In general, there is lots of development over there. So this is categorized as other roads or rural roads, and they are maintained and looked after and constructed by the rural panchayats. They look after the maintenance and the construction of the rural roads, Gram Panchayat. Correct? Then we have one more classification of roads that came up because India has a number of borders, and the borders that run in the northwest, in the northeast, correct? They need protection. We are sitting very secure and at peace in our country because our border areas are secured. So the next classification and the last classification of the road is border roads. Correct? So border roads, they get a special impetus in India since 1960s, because it was considered that in the bordering areas, in the border, as I told you, in northwest and northeast particularly, there are the guards, there are the security guards, there are the soldiers who are guarding our country, who are securing us from any mishappening. They are securing our border areas day and night. They are stationed over there, and they look after that we are safe in the country. So their work is quite sensitive, their work is quite critical. So they have to be saved. That means they should get proper supply of food, they should get proper supply of all those things that we need in our daily life. Previously, before 1960, these areas where today border roads are there, they were highly risky because they were full of forests, and a number of forests, they were the places of a number of robbers, thieves, very unsafe. Passengers could not travel from these areas. Since 1960, when there was construction of border roads, and in 1960 an organization was formed separately to look after the border roads. That was BRO, your 1 mark question in board, Border Road Organization. So BRO was formed, in which there are expert engineers, expert in constructing roads. They are very good road system, and these border roads have become very important as far as the security of the country is concerned. Moreover, our security guards, our soldiers, they are getting the supplies in time. Moreover, earlier, because they were highly risky, today these areas are very safe, and this has led to not only that the border areas have been secured, not only that our security guards are getting benefits and they are getting proper supplies of food and all, but also border roads have made this area socially, economically, culturally very, very developed, because there are schools, there are buildings, there are establishments, there are petrol pumps, there are amusement parks, there are shopping malls, there are shops, there are so many things like we have in the urban areas. These are beautiful areas have been developed. So this has also added to the vitality of the economy and also enriching the life of the people living over there. So this was about the border road. A separate question is given to you in the examination. Write a note on the border roads, or what do you mean by BRO. Then on these roads you have question, distinguish between national highways and state highways, distinguish between state highways and district roads, etc. Correct? So such type of question you get very frequently in the board, very commonly, and border road organization and border roads, they are also equally asked in the board examination. So this we discussed about the roads. There is one more classification of road which you must have read in your junior classes. Classification of roads on the basis of the material used in it. They are metalled and non-metalled, unmetalled or non-metalled roads. So metalled roads are all those roads which are constructed with the help of charcoal, cement, etc. They are metalled, and they are all weather roads, means they do not get out of use in the rainy season. They are all weather roads. However, there are unmetalled roads. Unmetalled roads are muddy, they are full of clay, mud, and they are not all weather roads, but they go out of the use in the rainy season. Correct? So this is also one more classification of road, metalled and unmetalled. So see in the question in the board examination, if you are asked classify road on the basis of the material used in its construction, then you will write down metalled and unmetalled or non-metalled. Metalled and unmetalled road. Correct? And you will write down about their metal means they are made from charcoal, cement, and unmetalled they are muddy. Metal roads are all weather roads, and unmetalled roads are not all weather roads. Correct? So such type of question you get very frequently. Next we have what are the problems of Indian roads. Although we have different types of roads with us, but it is not true to say that they not suffer with problems. Still roads suffer with problem, because the projects of the government, they went on, new roads have been constructed, new projects have been started, but at the same time the population is rising day by day. So still most of the roads are they are crowded, there is transshipment, there are delays. Moreover, some of the roads are very old, they have not been maintained, culverts are very narrow, the turns are very narrow, there are very narrow roads in some, even in some highways also there are narrow roads, and still there is inconveniences for the passengers and for the people. So still, as far as the population is concerned, still we need more and more development in the construction of roads. So that was all for today. Tomorrow we will meet again with a new topic from the same chapter, that is a very important mode of transportation, that is railways, how railways work in India, what are the problems faced by the railways. Till then, it is a very goodbye from me.